I cannot believe that my dreams have come true. It's always been a dream of mine to own my own custom bass. Something that I designed from the ground up and somebody has built for me because I don't know what I'm doing in that department, and created a bass that just ticks all the boxes for me. And I'm so happy that that's finally happened. And so I am happy to share with you the custom Jonny Dibble Alpher Instruments Hammerhead. I've been lucky enough to be in conversation with Alpher for a long time, and I've worked with them on some content in the past. You might remember my review of their cobia bass, and that's what really cemented to me after playing that one that I need one for myself. So I think it was in October 2023 that I reached out to Chris and the team at Alpher with my initial ideas and thoughts about this collaborative project that we were going to be doing together. And that's what a custom bass is at the end of the day. It has to be a collaboration. So from the offset, I knew two things. I knew I wanted it in their hammerhead shape. I love Jaguars and all things kind of offset. I love that angular kind of sci-fi look to the hammerhead. So I knew that I wanted that, and I knew that I wanted a triple single coil bass to attempt to replicate the sounds of one of my favorite basses of all time, that being the Gibson G3. I went through loads of different designs, different finishes, different ideas, etc. And then eventually landed on something that was both simple, but also kind of out there, you know? So I mentioned this kind of like sci-fi look to it before, and that's what really inspired this bass as a whole. Those of you that know me Those of you that know me well know that I am a huge Star Wars nerd. It's a trap! And so I absolutely love that old 70s sci-fi aesthetic where everything's kind of asymmetrical, modern, but also vintage looking at the same time, and like knackered. I always thought that there was so much story and world building in the design of the ships in Star Wars. And so that's always been something I've absolutely loved and kind of wanted to pay homage to with this bass. It's kind of got that angular vintage sci-fi thing going on with the body shape, but also the fact that it's relict and looks like it's been through the wars, and the kind of asymmetrical look that we've got going on with the pickups. Now, I want to address that now because I know that the relic and the asymmetrical pickups is going to annoy people, but there is method to the madness. In Star Wars, when like a part has gone wrong or like broken on a ship or a droid, and they replace it with a part that doesn't quite match the rest, I love that. It tells a story, and I've just always enjoyed that aesthetically. So it's a little bit more interesting. I've done it on jazz basses when I've modded them in the past. So I knew that I wanted that from the offset. I know it's going to upset people. And with the relic as well, I personally absolutely love relics when they're done really well. And this is just masterfully done. Some people hate fake relicing. They hate the idea of it. Why would you want that? I want it to be pristine. And that's the problem. If I'm going to be paying this much for a custom bass, I'm going to want it pristine. And that means that I am going to be so careful with it, not take it out anywhere, not play it. I'm going to be constantly worried and anxious about damaging it. I don't have that anymore. I literally just hit the headstock on my light. And I'm not bothered about it because it's already pre-dinged up. So I'm not going to notice anything that I will inevitably do myself. I will leave a full spec list in the description. I'm going to go through the kind of headline specs with you now. On the headstock, we've got the Hipshot Ultralite tuners with the drop tuner on the E string to get me into drop D more easily. Of course, went with the matching headstock with this really nice kind of bit of wood design on the front of it as well. We've got a brass nut and this amazing kind of streaky ebony fretboard on top of this really flamey roasted maple neck. Moving on up, we have a sassafras body with this kind of charcoal burst finish, I like to say. It's a bit like a darker silver burst, which I just absolutely love. And then we've got these custom plates that I designed. So I wanted to pay respects to like the Jaguar bass and like a Telecaster or a P bass type thing going on down here. And almost like a Les Paul-esque or like kind of Gibson inspired plate over here. So it's kind of taking inspiration from lots of different other guitars as well. Like I said, keeping it traditional, but with a bit of a modern twist. Triple Nordstrand big blades. We've got two knobs, one for master volume, and one is a 10-point stellartone tone pot. Essentially what this does is cycles through 10 different presets for where you want your tone control, and it's adjusting the mid-range a little bit. So you're getting different mid-range bumps throughout that as well. So you're getting a unique tone for each one. It's kind of different to just a tone pot, turning it down. It's a little bit more unique than that, but what it means is that you can have all these different presets. You might be thinking, well, how do you change the pickups? I actually don't like pickup selectors that much unless it's really simple, like a Strat. I get confused about what's what, and then I want them all three on, so how do I do that? So the easiest solution for that is to have these on-off buttons. I love this so much. It's so satisfying to do, and I can just get any combination visually represented in these buttons. Take the middle pickup out. Okay, I actually only want the middle pickup now, so I'll turn the outside ones off. It's genius. I love this, and we should see this on more guitars, I think. You might think that having all those pickup combination options and this 10-point tone pot is option overload, but actually I see it more as presets. So you've got like all three on, set it to that tone point once you're happy based on the age of the strings and things like that, and then you're done. You are good to go. And I just find it weirdly, mentally, really easy to operate, even compared to like something with a 3-band preamp and series and parallel switching and all that kind of stuff. So I think it is actually super easy to use. So there we go. I was about to say let me know in the comments down below what you think, but I honestly don't care. Let me rephrase that. I value your opinions. However, this is my custom bass, so it kind of doesn't matter to me if you don't like it. And if you've got a bass that people don't like, that shouldn't matter to you either, because it's yours. And if you love it, that's okay. I know people won't like this. But I love it. And that's why I built it. So I guess instead, let me know in the comments down below what you would do with your own custom bass. I want to give a bit of advice for the process as a whole. You might think waiting up to a year for a custom bass must be excruciating. But the whole process was really, really fun, I thought. I always had something to look forward to. I kept looking at pictures of it again, and Alpha would send me so many updates of the process. It really felt like a collaborative project, and I think that is what makes a fantastic custom builder. So make sure you click the link in the description. Go and check out Alpher Instruments for yourself. I want to let you in on a little bit of a secret now, or something that I've been keeping to myself a little bit, and that is that I actually didn't love this bass when I first got it. Aesthetically, I was like, oh my god, perfect, it's incredible. I played it, I plugged it in, I listened to it. It just didn't tick all the boxes for me. It wasn't hitting the mark, and I didn't understand why, because I thought this should be it, this should be perfect, like this is what I wanted. But it was just the setup wasn't quite right for me. And it goes to show that basses that are worth thousands of pounds aren't always going to be set up to your liking. It took me a while to get the setup exactly how I wanted it, and I wanted to gig it a little bit more. And I have to say, I have absolutely fallen head over heels for this since taking out for gigs. It sounds so unique, super powerful, a bit like a more aggressive G3, I would say, but it suits my needs and what I'm doing at the minute perfectly. And yeah, it sounds great with a bit of drive, I think, and that's how I wanted it to sound. So yeah, just so happy with this, and thank you so much to Alpha for making my dreams come true. And, you know, all of this isn't possible without you guys supporting the channel and the podcast and everything like that along the way. So thank you all so much as well. If you've got any questions about this bass as well, let me know in the comments down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.